Yo, 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 yo. Right quick with another my 2 cent. New look, right quick. We over here working in real life though. We really working. Again, this portion of in real life though the podcast is my opinion on certain topics outside of the views of anybody else that sits on the panel. So I'm gonna get straight to it. This one came up and this one was about Marvin Sapp. Marvin Sapp, what he did and what happened, he said it was a church in Baltimore somewhere. I'm gonna play the video and I'm gonna try to hurry up and make this one quick. But I want y'all to stay tapped in right quick. Um, this kind of seeing this like this video and seeing what he did, which I'm more than for sure if y'all made it this far, y'all know what I'm talking about. Where he told the people to lock the doors, not lock the doors, close the doors in the church, right? So I stopped going to church for a long time ago, and it's kind of because of stuff like this happening. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
Understand the
this
cost
is it.
that is involved. There's 1,000 of you.
I gotta stop it right there. It shouldn't cost you to sit in no church, no house of God. It shouldn't cost. I don't know if he just got caught up in his sermon or what he was trying to get to, but it's see, people miss stuff like that and what he said. It costs to sit up here. The church I grew up in, it didn't cost to sit nowhere in the church. You came to the church to learn about God, to have to grow and learn and get a connection with God and understand God's will and his purpose for your life and for you to have a understanding of the higher power where we come from, etc. Not to pay to be in church. That sounds like an entry fee to a club. I'm gonna keep it going though.
And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving 10 to the
I'm gonna stop it right there. He didn't need to see 1,000 people moving. He wanted to see who in the church was going, and he's not the only one. It's a lot of pastors. I'm gonna get to that toward the end of this video. He's not the only one that does this. It's a lot of pastors that tell people come to the altar to give. Like, why are you putting people on the spot? That's putting somebody on the spot. What if I don't have it to give and you this pressure of giving, giving, giving? He didn't, it wasn't about he won't see people moving. He won't see which people are gonna go do it and which ones are not.
you'd give $20. This is easy, saints. That is absolutely.
The next part is before I get to that part. He said giving $20 is easy. I don't know. See, it's easy when you look at your bank account and you know your bills, your rent, the food, the gas, everything is taken care. You know you got it. It's not easy for everybody to give $20. Now, I don't know the setting of that crowd. I don't know who all was in that crowd. Maybe them people all got it like that, but I'm quite for certain some of them people didn't have $20 to give. But you shouldn't be like church shouldn't have a segment I'm saying a segment. I'm gonna get to that too. It's a segment where it's all about how much money you can give to the church. But let me go to his interview with Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
Yeah. Number one, that offering was taken last year. This was a service that happened last August. Number two, it didn't happen at my local church. It actually happened at a national organization's international meeting where churches from all over the country, all over the world came together for the purpose of celebrating the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. People took issue with me saying, shut the doors. Understand, I never said lock the doors. Yeah. I said shut the doors. Shutting doors mean that people still have the ability to go in and out.
Let me stop that right there. I call bullshit again. If people have the ability to go in and out, why do you want the doors closed? See, we got to start paying attention to what these people saying. Like, why do you want the doors closed if you don't have a problem with nobody getting up and leaving? Why would you put that setting in where close the doors? Now I'm feeling like close the doors. If I'm in there, I'm like, you boy, I gotta get up out of here. You about to tell me I got it. But keep going.
They've taken issue with my tone. And I can honestly say, looking at the video, maybe I was a little more assertive than I should have been. And I can apologize for that. I can apologize for that. But three things I need to make sure that people understood. Number one, the $40,000, if it was $40,000 that was raised, was never given to me.
I want y'all to understand something right here, what he just said. I'm breaking this down. When a pastor goes to another church in another city, another state, that pastor is getting some money. So he may not get nothing out the 40 directly. That's because he already got his money. And what they do is, as a group, they make sure they try to get as much money for each other's church. Like y'all, a lot of y'all, if y'all watching this, y'all know somebody, ask them about their church when they got a guest pastor and how the guest pastor say, come on now, I know y'all could give more to y'all man of God that's holding this church down, or whatever however they say. But they always make it about the pastor and giving. Let me let him finish though.
Money was raised for the purpose of taking care of the budget for their conference, not Marvin Sapp. Number two, it didn't happen at my church. It happened in Baltimore. Number three,
not my church.
People take issue with me being firm with the ushers. Anybody that goes to church, ushers one-on-one, that's the first thing they teach you as being an usher, is that there are 3 times you don't walk. You don't walk during the altar call. You don't walk during prayer. You don't walk during the offering. One of the reasons being is because of the sacredness of the moment. But it's also about security. As a pastor, we understand and we know that churches are being robbed at gunpoint. It's happening.
If y'all don't, soon as this video over, if you made it this far, soon as this video over, go back, go to Google and Google search how many churches have been robbed in the middle of service. But this is see what he's doing right there is something the police do. I'm gonna address that in another video, but that's something police do. Police are getting shot every day. Nigga, no church is now getting fucking robbed every day like that. That shit would be all over the news. Name a church in y'all city, in y'all area, where somebody ran in and robbed. See, what he's doing is he's taking that one incident out in New York where that pastor was on some, I ain't even gonna call him a pastor, that scammer was on some scammer type shit in the hood. He got right. He got what he was supposed to get. I'll take that back. He didn't get what he was supposed to get, but that's the type of lifestyle he was living, scamming. But that's bullshit.
Happening all over the country. This is not something I'm making up. This is factual. So if you got 5,000 people in the room,
factual,
you want the doors closed. You don't want the doors
Y'all
locked.
fact
I couldn't
check
get them
that.
locked
He
anyway.
said
It's a
that's
convention
factual. Y'all
center.
fact check
But
that.
the
Churches
doors
getting
needed to be
robbed
closed,
all
and there
over.
was a lot of pandemonium stuff that was going on out there. But I wanted to share that first. But that ain't.
He said, I gotta break down all this bullshit. I need y'all to understand how much full of shit. See, he know he fucked up and he know the backlash and people not gonna give to him now at his church. But if there's pandemonium going on outside the doors, you just said a few seconds ago, you didn't tell them to lock the doors. You told them to close the doors so they could go out. Now you talking about the safety. So if you did, why you didn't tell them to lock the doors if you fear it might be somebody coming in because it's pandemonium outside the doors? A closed door don't mean that don't mean I can't just walk in the door if it's still closed but unlocked. Let me slow myself down. He said, close the doors. I didn't say lock them. Now he's to the point where he's saying it's pandemonium outside, and he's saying it's a possibility that somebody could walk in and rob the church. So why would you not want the doors locked? Wouldn't that help stop them from getting in?
Even the reason why I'm here. Here's the reason why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is because what has happened is people have taken clickbait and made something out of it that it isn't. And because of that, my church has been getting phone calls. People have called my church and cussed me out. My staff are afraid.
I'm about to call and curse you out, bitch, because you full of shit.
Because I've received death threats.
Oh. All right. This is the new phenomenon for people who fuck up publicly and know they done fucked up. So they trying to back out of it and get a way out of it, find a way out of it. It's called the let me make you feel sorry for me and my family. Everybody say, now me and my family getting death threats behind this. So people will say, all right, it's going too far. Now let's let it go. That's the let's let it go. Let me throw this out here so they can just let it go.
Over $20 and shut the door. People have come to our campus. They have come to my church to try to cause problems.
Did you call the police, Marvin? Did you report this to the authorities? If so, please provide the dates, the times that you did so people can FOIA request those calls and see if you're telling the truth.
Issues, challenges, and again, my children, I don't look at comments. We talk about this,
Here you go again. Here go the sympathy, empathy. Feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for my family. Oh shit, I'm gonna throw the kids out there. We all know if it's kids involved and there's threats of violence, everybody's gonna be like, all right, it's a kid. Let's not let it go that far.
I don't read comments. When you got millions of followers, you ain't got time to be reading all the comments. You just don't have it.
Right.
My children do. And they are afraid. And the reason being is because I'm their only parent. I'm a widower.
Feel sorry for me. I'm a widower. My kids are scared because I'm taking advantage of people who are looking for God, and I'm looking for their pockets.
They're afraid for my safety. So now we've had to update and increase security and all the things I've never had to do before because
we've had to update and increase security, update it and increase it more, adding to. But this is something I never had to do. Y'all gotta listen when people talk. The bullshit, he just line after line.
Of the vitriol and the anger that people have shown, the things that they've said in my thread and stuff, and all of this is because of a misunderstanding.
I just gave that breakdown. I don't know where the misunderstanding is. The misunderstanding is there is none. The misunderstanding is you just want it to be a misunderstanding so you can lower down the fucktivity that you put out to the world. But I'm glad you did, because it made me make this video because he's like not the only pastor that's on that type time. He's not the only pastor that does that in their church. Um, and I'm not saying that these churches that I'm going to show, like this is several mega churches that I like. These mega pastors are mega scammers to me. Um, if you're offended by that because you're a member or it's your family member, your friend, this is my 2 cents, and I can give a fuck less that you're offended by my opinion and my experiences. Because I've been to several of these churches that I'm going to post. Um, I've been to Greater St. Stephen, New Orleans. Um, they opened years ago, early, late, mid 80, late 80s. I think I didn't pull a date they opened. Greater St. Stephen. I'm PJ Morton, one of New Orleans' finest, Grammy Award winning. That's his father's and mother church. I went there several times. Sermon was stopped and it was time to give, and it was 10 minutes about giving. I'm gonna come back to this one. I want this one last. Franklin Avenue. I've never been to Franklin Avenue. Never been to Franklin Avenue, but this is their new location. They were able to purchase land where it was like a multi-hundred, I don't know how to word that, several hundreds units apartment complex that land, that building sits on, that it used to be apartments. If you're familiar with the East, that's Green Tree, right on Crowder, right off I-10. I go home often enough to, and I follow enough people at home. I've never seen Franklin Avenue host or heard of them hosting any type of event to give back to that community that they're now in. They used to be on Franklin Avenue, which is now home of Rock of Ages Missionary Baptist Church, a church that was started with my family. Yeah, I've never seen or heard of them giving back anything. I've never seen or heard of Greater St. Stephen giving back anything. Beacon Light. I was a member of Beacon Light 2009. I actually joined in Houston. There was a lot of controversy behind that building. In this picture, the church here was saying that they were taking the money and rebuilding the church that you see in this picture. They was taking the money from Houston and putting the money into that sanctuary, a church, a building, formerly a grocery store. Most of these churches are in like arenas and shit, and grocery stores, and like it's just the buildings, they just massive, and most of them are in a lot of communities that living in poverty. The Potter's House, TD Fakes, um like what I'm getting from all these churches, they're not the it's not about having a relationship with God no more. It's about selling hope. And if anybody take time to go, like if you made it this far, if you take time to go and just click on and search all these churches and just listen to about, don't listen to the beginning of the sermon. Go into like the middle of the sermon and then towards the end. It's always gonna be selling hope, selling you hope, and then they ask you to give money to them for them selling you the hope. And the hope that they selling is, give me money and then God is going to give you plentiful if you give to me. I find that to be bullshit. If the church is doing what the church is supposed to be doing, and it's cool if the building is that big, that's fine. If the people in the community support it, pay for it, that's fine, that's cool. But we should be looking for these churches in Black communities, and I'm not talking about white communities because I don't know what them. I know a lot of white churches that they actually do more than I've seen Black churches do. maybe I'm missing these events, but I'm just not seeing it from the black church, these black mega churches, um, out in these streets. Like they not doing it. This is Newbert. This is Jamal Bryant Church. They all preach the same sermons. They just twist them, put their own little twist to it. They be talking about relationships. They be talking about friendships. If I'm in church, I want to talk about God. I don't want to talk about my friendship with my partner I grew up with. I don't want to talk about me and what my wife dealing with. We come in here to learn about God. We don't want. If I want to hear all that, I'll go watch Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives, any one of the reality TV shows that's about all that. That's like mess. Like they get people excited off what they know black people get excited off, which unfortunately a lot of times is mess and drama. That's in Atlanta. That's Newbert. This is Church Without Walls, Houston, Texas. I think this is the second location. This one has like a basketball gym, like all kind of shit. Again, go listen to these pastors' sermons. Listen to the middle and listen to the end. The middle is going to be the hope. Soon as the hope goes right into you giving them money. They're living lavishly while the people they preaching to and selling this hope to are living in some unlavish conditions, a good bit of them. Some of them are, you know, for a little more fortunate than others, but we got to start pushing for not just politicians to do what they got to do in the community, but these churches that's taking money out. Like I don't know how true it is, but I heard this pastor he was flying from church to church by helicopter. I don't know how true that is. I This is just what I heard when I moved out here. I'm missing one. I thought I had it up there, but Higher Dimension. I went there one Sunday. They in Houston too. They had VIP parking in the front. Don't nobody come in the comments telling me they never had no VIP. I went there one Sunday. They had VIP. It was on like like a street sign. It was written in green lettering, VIP parking. It was right in the front row of the parking lot of the church. Right there, the one that's I think they got two locations. This church was right the one that's by the Beltway in 59, that area. I saw this with my own eyes. They had a barista, they had a coffee shop, they had the overflow. They and all these churches, they don't have a pulpit where you have the the pastor and the other pastors and the choir. It's a stage, a stage. It's a setting. It's theatrical lights. It's theatrical sound. It's a stage play of what church once was. It's not what church is supposed to be about. Big screen televisions all around. Like this shit is it's a business. A church is a church. A church shouldn't have a business office. Once you have a business office for a church, it's no longer a church. It is a business. And all of these churches that I'm showing have a business office, which brings me to this the one I'm coming back. This one, Household of Faith. I got baptized in Household of Faith in 2008, 2009. I started going there because my oldest son was going there and I was going to see him. Uh, and it actually helped change my life. So in a way, I thank them, but at the same time, I have to give and I done told this story on Instagram. I was given probably about 4 months. Every week I'm paying tithe. February, and they good. I just thought about it. Damn, income tax time. They ask you to sow a seed. I sold a seed of $350 on top of what I had already given. I'll never get that 350. I was like, I'm doing this from my heart. I'm doing it because I believe if I sow the seed shall return to me. Pastor Barrier had 3 locations: the East, right on Bundy, Uptown. I forgot the actual address. I actually went and helped them clean that church, like all the trash from the church getting hit by Katrina. I didn't even know that church was up there. I didn't even know they had all that. And they had one across the river where the actual business office is across the river. I forgot where at, but they had one. I don't know if it's still there. He would fly by helicopter from church to church. He had 3 services he did. I fell on hard times. I asked them what I need to do to see about getting some assistance with a light bill. They told me schedule an appointment at the business office. I go to the business office. I actually went on my lunch break. I was working at LSU Medical School. And people told me I hadn't given enough money to receive any financial help with any bills. Now, this is a church I had given my hard-earned money to for a good 6, 7 months. Then I'm so stupid. I left there, moved to Houston, and became a member of Beacon Light and was giving my money there too. But all that to say, man, careful with these churches y'all going to, because it's business. They're not in the business of saving lives, in my opinion. This is my opinion. This is my 2 cents. You can agree, you can disagree, but you can't tell me how to feel, and I can't tell you how to feel. I can only point out what I'm seeing, what I've been seeing, what I've experienced. And through my experiences, these fucking churches, man, they really just taking people money and just selling hope. Like, ask your church, what are they doing in the community to stop or help people in need? Like, all this money they got, all these people homeless, in these churches, these pastors, they sitting on millions. They have these big, huge buildings locked. You can't go in them churches. The church was supposed to be your safe haven. That's supposed to be where you go to get help. That's where you go to seek God and get help. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not no Bibleist. I'm not no master of the Bible, but I do know that it was said Jesus was taken from those who had more and given to those who have less. You find a church that's doing that, that's a good church. You find a church where the pastor is riding a Bentley Phantom, flying in helicopters, taking jets, private planes, all that shit. All I'm saying is there's werewolves in sheep clothing. They look like natural born sheep. They look like good people, sound like good people, smell like good people. And at the end of the day, a lot of them ain't shit. And I'm saying this as somebody who, my family actually have connections to several of these churches. And if y'all get mad at this video, if it reach y'all, I'm sorry. I'm just telling the fucking truth. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the truth. I'm not about to sit here and sugarcoat shit. It is what it is. A lot of these pastors are fakes, phonies, and they out for self. They have their little clique that you see them with, and that clique changes up too, because that money changes. You dig? But again, this one went longer than I normally would go. 30 minutes. Hope you made it to the end. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, share, hit you don't like. Just get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Tell me where I'm wrong. I don't mind dialogue. Tell me where you think I'm wrong, because you can't tell me my experiences are wrong. They're my experiences. It's my truth. It's my 2 cents. And you know, I hope everybody stay blessed. I hope nobody don't fall into the trap like I did. And I wish everybody the best. in real life though. I'm out.